I always mess that part up at the start. When you do your videos, you're supposed to leave it unmuted, but I mute it because I'm an idiot and then I'll forget. But welcome everybody to the Tarda Zone Talks. Here we are on the Tarda Zone. Yeah, we just had to be listening to Amber Thord's testimony, our lack of acting ability. Cheryl's had to turn off. And I have to say, you know, I don't want to get into, because I don't want to be one of those channels that starts getting into to all of this. But I've been watching the trial. Now I haven't been watching every day, right? I've been watching videos to catch up, but over the last couple of days, I have been watching quite a lot, right? Now, I'm no body language expert or anything, but if anybody is buying any of that testimony that she's throwing out right now, you're unbelievably thick. Cheryl's so upset about it because, as you know yourself, Cheryl told her, I won't get into details, but you know Cheryl's story. And it's at the triggering Cheryl. She's very upset she is, because she can see that this woman is lying through her teeth. And, you know, it's not a good situation. Amber is ruining it for other women coming forward now. She's just, I'm gonna say it out straight. I don't give a shit. She's a liar. She's a liar. She can't even act on the stand. She gets paid millions to act. Yeah, and she can't convince me that she was getting all of that stuff that she claims. I have to be careful, because you have to word certain words very carefully on YouTube. But I don't believe her. I actually don't believe her. Johnny Depp was more convincing. Actually, if you look at Johnny Depp's testimony compared to hers, Johnny Depp looked visibly hurt. He even cried. She's sitting there telling a story with a face on her, no emotion whatsoever. And then when she just tried to fake, she's faking the emotion. But yeah, this court case, if you haven't watched that and you are sick of people talking about it, that's fine. But I think people should go and actually watch this. Watch what it'll show you what this Me Too movement has actually done. It's radicalized women like Amber Heard. Amber Heard basically wanted fame and fortune, yeah? And when Johnny saw her bullshit and decided to fucking jump ship, as they say, because he knew that he'd hooked up with a lunatic, she's decided that she's just going to, well, if I can't have him sort of attitude, nobody else can, and now I'm going to smear him through the mud. And it's absolutely disgraceful. He has to sit there now for a few weeks to listen to this rubbish, right? And now I have to say, he looks relaxed and stuff like that, and he's talking to his lawyers and stuff, and you can see he has the odd smile, the odd time. But I say it must be gut-wrenching for him to be sitting there listening to lies being said about him. And I'm going to say it out straight, she's a liar. She's a liar. You can tell a liar from a mile away. Trust me, she's a liar. Johnny did none of those things to her. She's the abuser, and she tried to get the case dismissed yesterday. And it's the second time, apparently. An innocent woman, a woman that's accusing a bloke of doing that, doesn't try to get the case dismissed after they've gone to trial. You're going to want justice. My wife will tell you. If she went to court, she's not going to sit there and try to get the case dismissed. She'll want her justice, right? You don't all of a sudden get you say, oh, yeah, we need to dismiss this case. No, right? All I've seen is, and the evidence that I've heard shows her in the bad light. Yes, Johnny smashed a few fucking presses or threw a glass or whatever. Yeah, that's not violence towards her. Yeah, we've seen her towards him, and all the evidence points that she's the abuser. And remember, this is the same woman that was actually, you know, police were called out when she battered her girlfriend, and Elon Musk apparently had a bit of a scuffed face as well. So she has a history of violence, this woman. Yeah. So if anybody is still believing this Amber Third, Yeah, you're a disgusting, vile individual. But I've noticed it's mostly women that are defending her, and they're all Me Too hashtags in their profiles. Yeah, but it's funny that the Me Too movement itself is not actually coming out to defend Amber Heard. And I'll tell you why. Because even the Me Too movement knows that she's lying, and they don't need any more controversy. Anyway, we leave it there because we're not there. We're not here for that. But so this morning, well, I should say after last night's stream, Marty said check me DMs before I left. But then obviously Marty had headed off, and we were trying to get him on last night, but he was going to bed. So he sent me a screenshot, and then he sent me the original poster's tweet. So Badwolf Studios have sent out a letter to residents in Cardiff. We don't know the street name because the person obviously scrubbed out the street name, which is rightly so because you don't want people showing up. So filming for something from Badwolf Studios begins in June. Right now, this is where I'm just speculating right here. So if we assume that the Doctor Who announcement, the new Doctor announcement is on the 14th of May, yeah, well then these dates would add up. They announce the Doctor and then they go straight into filming a month later, right? It makes sense, right? So it makes sense, but it doesn't say whether it's Doctor Who or not. So that's the thing. People are trying to find out, do Badwolf Productions actually have something else on their slate that they're going to be filming? But this does make sense, and this does sound legit, that it could be. If we get the announcement on the 14th of May, during either the FA Cup final or the Eurovision, or it's sandwiched in between those two. Remember, those two are on that day. You got the FA Cup final in the afternoon, and then you've got Eurovision in the evening, right? So they can do it either way. And remember when what's his name was doing Eurovision, and he let the cat out of the bag about the RTD era. Graham fucking, what's his name again? How do I not remember his fucking name again? Graham Norton. Jesus Christ. Graham Norton. Yeah. So Graham Norton kind of let the cat out of the bag, didn't they? Didn't they announce something while he was doing some bleeding show or something like that? Anyway, the Eurovision is on the 14th of May, along with the FA Cup. And if these dates, which Marty's going to talk about now as well, and he has a little bit of other information. Now, we're not going to be on long here because I've got another stream to do. You might have seen I threw up a little trailer this morning. We're going to be doing Evil of the Daleks. I'm doing a late night stream, Evil of the Daleks. So if anybody has a copy of Evil of the Daleks, you're more than welcome to come into the chat and join me while we discuss it. But I'll be doing Evil of the Daleks after this. We'll be taking about a 20-minute break because I want to get a bit of food into me, and then we'll be popping straight back on to do Evil. So we're going to get this, run through this as quick as possible. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go and check out my video. It's less than 2 minutes long. Go in, have a look at it, have a look at the letter. If you want to have a look at the letter, pause it, have a look at the letter, read it for yourselves, and then let me know in the comment section what you actually think, because there's no point of reading it out here. Just go and read it for yourselves because it's in the video already. I just want to kind of move it along as quickly as possible. But yeah, so that's the gist. So Badwolf has sent out some letters. So yeah, it's very interesting. So we'll see what happens. And I have actually tagged Badwolf Studios myself, and I've actually asked them if it's for Doctor Who filming. But of course, they're not going to reply back to me, but I was just hoping that they might. But we'll have to see. But if the new Doctor does get announced on May 14th, then there is a chance that filming begins in early June. So without further ado, I'll bring on my guest. We'll just talk about this briefly. He has something else to talk about as well. He has another piece of information that he got off one of these sites. we'll see what it has to say. We'll discuss it for a few minutes, and then we will leave it there because evil is very long. So yeah, we're doing the whole lot of evil tonight. So that's why I want to kind of do this as quick as possible so we can get on to evil. Because we've already kind of discussed it. Well, I've already kind of put the video up last night. He's just as an extra bit of stuff that Marty has found. So let's bring him on. So it's Marty from MCTV. And by the way, he is now setting up the channel. He's ready to go. And he is looking for people on both sides of the fandom. Right, both sides of the fandom. He wants to try bring on people from the other side as well. So if there's any Jodie Whittaker fans that are listening right now, Marty has put up a post on Twitter and he's looking for Jodie Whittaker fans, people that are fans of this era, to come on and discuss, have a discussion with him and talk about why he's like the show. Because we already kind of know how people feel about the show on the other side. So he's trying to, look, we've tried it on our channel ourselves and it kind of hasn't worked out, but I wish him well on trying to get the other side on. It's worth giving it a go anyway. Marty might have better luck than I do, let's just say. So we'll see what happens with that, but that's what he's trying to do anyway. I'm not sure he can call it MCTV, LOL. A certain football club won't like that. Oh, yeah. He's right. Manchester City TV. You could get done for that, actually. Anyway, let's bring him on. It's Marty from MCTV. Yeah, you might get yourself into trouble with Manchester City.
Oh, well, it's a bit of publicity, isn't it? It's a bit of publicity.
Feck them anyway, Manchester City. Feck off. Manchester's red. Anyway. So, yeah, just very quickly, obviously, people will look at the bleeding video, but just give the dates. Just give a brief overview of the letter. Just go into the juicy parts. We don't need to go into every single thing on the letter because it's quite long.
Yeah,
and he didn't go off the letter either, which I found kind of, I will say this, that's the one part that kind of did kind of say to me, well, why are they hiding the other side of the letter? You know, did it actually say what you were filming for, and he's just putting it up, this person's just putting it up to make it seem like it might be Doctor Who, but it could say down in the letter that's for something else completely. So that's the one thing I will say. The fact that we didn't see the other side of the letter kind of still makes me think, well, maybe they did tell them what you were filming there, and he's just using it to try convince people that it might be Doctor Who. But anyway, tell them what you sent me last night.
Well, basically, this letter appeared on Twitter, and to cut a long story short and to save time, it's basically saying that Badwolf are filming on a street in Cardiff for 5 days, starting from Monday or from Friday the 3rd of June. So it's Friday the 3rd. And
to the 8th.
Yeah. And it's the scenes that they're filming involved soldiers with replica firearms, vehicles, smoke, action vehicles. There's every car that they're asking the people who live there agree to have their cars taken off to alternate. They basically want the entire street. They don't want any cars. It seems to be that they're setting up for a military convoy style scene. So I'm only jumping with my own speculation here. It seems to be, military
unit.
Yeah, who's the first people you think of?
Well, in fairness, anybody else out there watch any other Badwolf production TV shows out there? Are there any TV shows that Badwolf Productions have produced that do have soldiers in them? Let me know in the chat, because I don't know if they do actually, and I actually don't think they do. So this would suggest, if it's a military thing, it does sound like unit. It does sound like unit. But again, we're only speculating because obviously we don't have the full details. But the fact that they're asking the residents to move their cars, and that it's going to be very noisy as well. They go into other details about extras and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of activity over the next 5 days when they're doing this. Could this be for the 60th? Could this actually be for the 60th? Because remember, it makes sense. He obviously has to film the 60th first. So Una could be coming back, and who David Tennant's doctor, Una. It makes sense, man. It makes sense. Go on.
We know that the first production block starts from May till July, and the second production block starts from October, I believe, till July next year. So this is the first filming block, which to me makes me think it's the 60th anniversary.
It has to be. It really does have to be. I mean, it does all add up, especially if they're going to make the doctor announcement on the 14th of May, like everybody now is strongly suggesting. But again, poor TV Zone. They're like a month or two behind the times. We've been literally saying this on here, and other channels even have been speculating that it could be the FA Cup final, or as we know now, the Eurovision is actually on that night, which I didn't know, which makes me even more convinced now that that's when that announcement is going to happen. But very interesting.
It'll be interesting to see. I mean, if it is the 14th, that's Friday week, so we could get the way how they always like to do an announcement of an announcement.
Yeah.
We could hear that this Friday. We could hear it maybe on the Tuesday before. You just don't know. It's hard to know, but I reckon if something's gonna be announced on the 14th, I reckon we'll hear it Wednesday at the latest. Next Wednesday at the latest it'll be, if it's gonna happen.
Sigma later says there's a post on Gallifrey base seems to confirm this, but reveals the street name. Now, listen, I wouldn't be listening to Anne. Look, I'm going to just say it out straight. They probably seen that post like I did last night. I was the very first YouTuber to throw up a video on it because Marty gave me the screenshot, because they threw it up literally when everybody was in bed in the UK, right? So I threw that up straight away. I didn't even wait to throw it up at a certain time. As soon as I finished the video, I threw it up straight away. I premiered it and I threw it out there, right? This is someone from Gallifrey base who's obviously on Twitter seeing this and then is fucking speculating where no, I don't listen. I'm not convinced by Gallifrey base. I've never have been, because the Jodie trolls took over that thing, and it's been unreliable ever since they came into the fandom, because they've tried to discredit people that have been actually given solid information over the years, and they don't want that, and that goes against their precious Jodie Whittaker. That's why they did it. They start making up stuff, and we've exposed them on this channel, even on Reddit, making up stuff, and then a certain YouTuber out there reporting on his friends' fake rumors, and then gets caught out and then has a good old laugh about it, thinks it's all funny, but it ain't funny, right? You can't be doing that to Doctor Who fans. But anyway, he does have something from, where have you got? Is it from Gallifrey base? Because that's going to be awkward.
Well, the next bit of info for you is actually, it's from Reddit, but I was told this information 4 weeks ago.
Right. Do you want to put it up as a screen? Do you want to put it up on the screen there, and I'll screen share, Rick? Do you want to put it up?
Or even if you want, you can put it up yourself if you want.
Right, hold on, I'll see. I'll have to go into Facebook. Hold on.
Yeah.
By the way, just to let you know, I have a group on Facebook called the Shadow Proclamation. It's getting closed down. I'm streamlining my YouTube channel. I'm streamlining my Facebook groups. So we have the Classic and the Tarda Zone Official are the only two groups. I've gotten rid of the spin-off group because it's dead. Nobody is actually interested. So I got rid of that. And the Shadow Proclamation is also dead. So I'm getting rid of that group. There'll be two groups now available that are run by myself and Chuck, and that's the Facebook Tarda Zone Official, and then we've got the classic years from 1963 to 1990, whatever what the movie was, six, yeah. So if you haven't joined those groups, please do. The classic group was very friendly. There's no bullshit. I actually removed a couple of trolls that happened to be just sitting dormant. Because I was going through all my groups last night just to make sure that, everything was in order because I'll be taking a more active role now. So Discord server is fixed. We're on Instagram and we're also on Facebook. And next week, hopefully, we're still working on it. We will be launching our Patreon, where we will be doing exclusive videos there. And obviously, I'll be able to talk about things on Patreon that I won't be able to talk about on YouTube. I mean, YouTube has already taken down me Russia invades Ukraine video where I used actual footage from the media, but apparently they said it was misinformation. So is YouTube trying to tell me that the war in Ukraine is a hoax? I don't know. But I don't listen. I'm not saying I believe it is. I do believe there is actually something going on, like a real war going on. But it is very interesting that YouTube flagged the video for misinformation. Now, I didn't get a strike. It's not classed as a strike. I can appeal it, but I'm not going to bother because, like, you know, I can't be bothered, man. If they were, you know, I only made one video about the whole bleeding thing. Anyway, I'll read this out. So it's from Badwolf. It's from Bad Dad. Yeah, Bad Dad Wolf 3 or something. Major spoilers below. Right, already I'm dismissing this rumor because it says a friend of mine works at Badwolf. It's always someone who has a friend that works somewhere, and when I see this, then I automatically dismiss it because it's bullshit. You don't know anybody in Badwolf. Has let slip details about the upcoming 60th plans. This is all 100% accurate. Again, you can't say that. To avoid spoilers, don't click below. So David Tennant and Catherine Tate are back for 3 specials. That's not a... Oh, right. After Jodie regenerates into him, it's something I said already. The 3 stories are linked by the Doctor working out why he got his old face back and why he runs into Donna again after all these years. Una are back for the 4th episode after all these years. Una are back for the 4th episode. It's simple alien invasion story with the main emphasis on the Doctor reuniting with Donna again after 15 years. For her, Sylvia and Sean return. Wilf is mentioned, but I don't know if he appears because Bernard Gribbons is now 93 and he's not well, actually. Donna also has a daughter called Rose. Rachel Taylor also directs the 4th special. Oh, and the classic companion returns in the final special, but I don't want to ruin that surprise. That's all I know for certain at the moment, but I imagine something will be announced in next week or 2 as filming begins. Right, this is not a rumor. We've all speculated for months on this channel that David Tennant and Catherine Tate would probably return and other companions would return. This is not even a rumor. This is not even a rumor. This is stuff that has been already spoke about on Twitter. You just have to go and look at all of those accounts out there, right? This is all being spoken about. This isn't a rumor. And again, a friend of mine works at Badwolf. I'm sorry, if you start off a rumor like that, it's not a rumor. It's not. It's always a friend of a friend of a friend, right? They don't have any sources with inside Badwolf, right? They don't. And nobody's openly telling people what RTD is going to do, right? No, I don't know. David Tennant is coming back. We know that. It's a shoo-in that Catherine Tate is coming back. And remember, you know, this is easy to put together. Jordan Flux, there was a photograph of Catherine Tate and everybody speculates she's coming back. So this is another rehashed fucking thing that someone's put into a rumor, right? And made it look believable. I don't believe this for 1 second. I don't believe that it's a rumor. Could all of these things happen? Absolutely, right? But that doesn't mean that someone has sources here, right? Because fans have been literally speculating about Donna returning and even Rose returning and other people returning. This is not. I'm sorry. I know you were told this, Marty, but seriously, this is not a rumor, man. This is not a rumor. This is someone putting shit together.
There's one thing I can tell you that backs part of it up. So if you read the part where it says that that the regeneration on the cliff top. One of the very last days that Jodie Whittaker filmed on Doctor Who was on a cliff top.
Yeah, but that could be someone just. Yeah, but Marty, come on, that could be just someone putting it together. Oh well, we see it on a rooftop, so let's put in our cliff top. So let's put in that she regenerated on the cliff top.
Yeah,
right.
It could be,
we've already speculated that, and we've already been told, and we've reported that on this channel that Jodie Whittaker is going to regenerate into David Tennant's Doctor. This is nothing new. This is just someone rehashing shit that they've seen online and putting it in on Reddit as a rumor. As soon as they say a friend of mine works in Badwolf and they've let slip details of the 60th, that's a red flag for me. It's a red flag for me. This is someone, right, that's a clever person that has put little snippets of information together and made it out to be a rumor. I'm sorry, I don't believe it for one second that this is a rumor. But could all of this stuff happen? Absolutely. Absolutely. We've been all fucking talking about it. But I don't believe it. I don't know what you guys in the chat believe. Let me know. I know. I mean, Marty, you seem to be convinced by it, yeah?
Well, I'm not 100% convinced, but you know me being the big RTD fan, and two of the arguably the companion duo that the Doctor companion duo I grew up with. So there's a part of me that there's naturally there's a part of me that would want it to be true.
Yeah, and apparently, listen, Catherine Tate was already asked this question. David Tennant was already asked this question, right? Catherine Tate didn't deny or confirm, right? And neither did David Tennant, right? So this is someone that is watching interviews, right? Is seeing all stuff put on Twitter and then is putting it together. And that's why the first line of this always makes me see a red flag. A friend of mine works at Badwolf, because they have to put that in. They have to put that in to make it sound legit, right? We've seen this time and time again over the last 5 years that this is what they do. Major spoilers below this whole thing, and it always seems to be from this Doctor or Doctor/Doctor Who account. That seems to be, or this thread always seems to be putting all of these major spoilers up. I mean, it's the same thread that put up the stuff about the Master and the latest rumors that were supposed to be in Legend of the Sea Devils, and only one of them came true. Only one of them came true, and I said it at the time. It's someone speculating. You don't need to be Sherlock Holmes. You could actually figure all this out yourself without even getting any information. Seriously, it's a shoe-in that David Tennant's coming back. We spoke about it on this channel fucking last year, right? Which means if they're bringing him back for the 60th, right, it makes logical sense that some of these companions are going to return. It makes sense that some of these companions are going to return. They're not just going to have David Tennant show up and not have any of these companions return, right? So, I mean, again, this is why I doubt shit like this, because, you know, look, it's the J-bots. They've ruined any chance of me believing whether this is legit or not, because they've infiltrated all of these sites and they just throw up shit for the sake of it, right? And it's pissing me off. It's pissing me off, right? Donna coming back. That, for fuck's sake, you don't need to be Sylvia coming back. Sean returns. Like, I mean, there was people speculating last week that said exactly this, that Donna was going to return. This is just someone fucking acting the bollocks, putting stuff together themselves. And Rachel Talalay, wherever her bleeding name is, didn't she work for for Chris Chibnall? Didn't she direct for Chris Chibnall?
No, she was Moffat. She was Heaven Sent.
She was Moffat, was she? She was Heaven Sent. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't, because, you know, RTD has his own people. Why would he be bringing in Moffat people into the when Moffat has his own production company as well? I just don't see it. I don't personally. But could Donna return? Absolutely. Could former companions or her family return? Absolutely. But this, I don't think this is a rumour. I honestly don't anyway. I don't know. What do you guys in the chat think? Why is someone bringing up Arsenal for? Why are you bringing up Arsenal for? I know football in this stream, yeah? Don't be talking to me about the Gooners, right? Right? Fucking sick of football. Liverpool won last night. I'm fucking sick. Anyway, we'll leave it there because I'll get angry. Everyone knows someone who works. Exactly, that's what I mean. It's always someone, a friend of mine who knows someone in the wardrobe department told me that David Tennant's returning and Catherine Tate is returning. Oh, and Wilf will be mentioned, but you won't see him because he's 92 years of age. Well, you've answered your own fucking question. Of course he's not coming back. He's 92 and he's not well. So, like, the fact that, look, get away, man. Do you know what? I'm doing this 5 years. I fucking see a fraud. I know a fraud when I see one. I'm sorry. I don't believe it. Could that stuff happen? Yes, absolutely. But you don't need to be Sherlock fucking Holmes to fucking figure this out. We could have I could have come on here yesterday and said, oh, yeah, David Tennant's returning, Catherine Tate's returning, Wilf's returning. Jesus Christ, man. My father's brother's dog's old owner fiance knows someone who works at the official Tarda Zone. They have found out that they are going to be working on a Grease 2 review and sing along. But you see how stupid it sounds, man. Like, I don't blame Marty for putting this up. It is interesting to him because obviously he's an RTD fan and he'd love to see all this happen. And so would I, personally. For the 60th, yes, let's bring, as I said, the 60th is got, and I said it on here, the 60th is going to be something that you are all familiar with, right? David Tennant's returning. We even had a guest on that confirmed that David Tennant was returning before everybody else started talking about David Tennant. Right, so I'm sorry. That Reddit and Gallifrey base always make me feel like it's not exactly true, to be quite honest with you. But Badwolf has more leaks than a sieve. LOL. I'm being honest. I don't think so. I
think honestly. It's I think putting this to the one side, I think the filming dates are the one to watch out for the most.
I think that's more that's more legit. That is definitely more legit, because if the announcement is happening in May 14th, and remember, we're not that far away, we're only 10 days away now, right? So if that is happening in 10 days time, then them dates do add up, and that person that put that letter up, and it's a real letter, by the way, so there's actually evidence there. They just haven't told us what they're filming.
The reason why the letter was cut off too, the person said underneath the original post, was that it's just because there's names and phone numbers of people with Badwolf, and they didn't want to, leave that information in.
Which is fair enough. But he did put the top half of the letter and they backed it up, which is what I like. So I would, even Lee, when I put the video up, he says that looks legit. And I agree. It does. It looks legit, actually. And it would add up if the announcement happens May 14th, then these dates would a couple of weeks then, and then they go into it'd make absolute sense.
Yeah. When you add up, like, you say the 14th of May, and then you have what, when you take into account script read-throughs, costume fit,
exactly,
and all that, it all takes time. It'll all add up.
It will, exactly, man. Look, that I would believe more than I believe this. But in fairness, this is someone just speculating and throwing it up as a rumor. Look, it's probably showed in that Catherine Tate is going to return. It's one of his former companions. You never know. Martha Jones might turn up and Rose might turn up. You know what I mean? They haven't been mentioned. They do. We have heard rumors that there'll be more surprises to come and all of this. And then they do mention classic companions in this stuff. Right, but the classic companions are showing up in the centenary there, and a classic companion returns in the final special, but I don't want to ruin that surprise. But the classic companions are turning up in the centenary, so why would RTD then repeat the trick and bring back a classic companion himself? There's lots of red flags here to me.
Well, there's only one. There's only one.
Unless it's Jamie.
Well, no, even further back. There's only one companion that you should be classic companion. That well, if there's any classic companion that should be brought back for the 60th, and they need to do it now, because if they don't do it now, they'll not get the chance to do it again. Carol Ann Ford as Susan. Because if they don't do it now, they'll never do it. The woman's in her 90s now, or 80s. So yeah, I'm hoping if any of that did turn out to be true and they're bringing her back, it should be her. Lee, William Russell's in the Centenary Special. That I know. So yeah, he's in it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't see RTD bringing back a classic companion unless it's someone that Chris Chibnall is not bringing back. Because Katie Manning was asked if she was returning, and she neither confirmed or denied that she was coming back, and she left a wink emoji as well. Now, it could be actually her, because she has worked under RTD for the Sarah Jane Adventures. So if it was any classic companion, I think it would be Joe Grant. If it's going to be anybody for RTD, it'd be Joe Grant, because she worked on the Sarah Jane Adventures. She made an appearance in the Sarah Jane Adventures with Matt Smith's Doctor when Matt Smith made that cameo. So if it's going to be any classic companion, it has to be her. But I don't see it being any others, because I'm pretty sure Chibnall is going to do most of the classic companions in his centenary. Because remember, even the post that being put up, they're saying there's more surprises. You know, not all the surprises were revealed in the trailer for the centenary, and that there'll be more surprises to come. So I reckon more classic companions. So I don't see it. I just don't.
I don't know if you've seen that, because I know you're not listening to it. But the woman who wrote the Doctor Who Redacted podcast done an interview the other day, or was it last week? And she was talking about characters, because I'm listening to it myself. I didn't intend listening to it. I just thought, you know what, I'll try it and see what I think. There's a lot of references, and not to all characters, but in the interview she said that she was told she wasn't allowed to use certain characters, and that she worked. She was in regular contact with RTD as she was writing it. They were, she was sending, like requests. So, like, if you use any character from a different era, so a bit like when Moffat brought back John Sims' Master, he would have had to ask RTD if that's okay to do that, because it's RTD's Master. But she was saying that there were several characters that they wanted to bring into this podcast, but Russell said no. And when they asked her why, Russell said no. She said that she honestly doesn't know. Maybe he has something planned with him. I don't know. But we were told we can't use certain characters in this podcast. So it's interesting. It's not much, but I just found that interesting, because I was thinking, why would not them being used unless you're planning to do something with them?
Yeah, I actually seen that interview, because I covered the article. He actually mentions in the article that she wasn't allowed to use certain characters. But that doesn't necessarily mean, yes, she did bring up RTD's name, but it could also be the fact that Chibnall is also bringing back some classic companions. And if she's trying to listen, I haven't listened to it. From what I've heard, it's absolute garbage. Now, I don't know if that's true, but it doesn't look. Listen, the interview alone showed me that the person that wrote this is projecting to the rest of the fandom. Basically, because of all the bad things that happened to them, they're projecting now, and they've put it into writing. And basically, even in the article, she said, well, she's going to rip the piss out of white blokes and penises and stuff like that. So soon she said that, and she said that the show was definitely swinging to the leftist podcast. I said, well, I'm not of no interest. no interest. But I've been told by people that have listened to it that it's absolutely dire. So I don't know. What do you think, actually?
Of the podcast?
Mm.
Well, I listened to the first episode of it, and I actually thought, you know something, I'm going to be fair to it, I actually thought it was okay. But the second and third episode now, it just hasn't. It's the quality. It's just the quality of it for me has just slowly been going down since the first episode.
Yeah, that's the way they always do it, though. The first episodes do be normally decent because you kind of want to suck you in.
Yeah.
And then you get the agenda then in the second, third, fourth. I don't know how many episodes of this they're doing, but apparently, according to the media, it has bred new life into the franchise. Like, yeah, it's bred new life into the franchise. Well, if it's that good, why isn't it like? Why is it on BBC Sounds and not?
I know the first episode of it was very. I'm not going to lie when I say the way that the structure of the first episode and the way that there's you hear like news reports and you hear this that and it reminded me of. Do you remember how RTD's episode used to cut in like the news reporters and all?
Yeah.
It reminded me of that. So it was it had a. You'd almost think it had a hint of RTD in it, the first episode, but the rest of them now, there's going to be 10 episodes. This Sunday will be the 4th. But yeah, the other two just haven't come close to the first one.
I don't know, man. It's and then the media saying that it's bred new life into it. Fuck off. I mean, I would love to know how many people are actually listening to this, but we'll never know. We will never know. That's the problem. Because I don't think, I don't think this is as popular as the media. I actually think it's quite telling when you drop a couple of episodes and then the media are coming out saying this is brilliant, right? It means then it must be struggling because they need a bit of helping hand, so the media will help them out. Look, the person that has wrote this has made it clear that this will take the piss out of blokes. It swings to the left, and it doesn't hide from the fact that it's for certain fans. She's made it clear, actually, that it's for certain fans. So, I mean, look, I've no interest in it. I've actually blocked the word redacted on Twitter. I don't want to hear anything about it. I'm sick of people posting about it. So I've got the keywords and I've actually got rid of it because I don't want to know anything about it. It's not my cup of tea. Don't want to know. If you want to pander to a small minority, that's fine. Do it on BBC Sounds anyway. But keep it there. And that's where it should stay. It better not bleed into Big Finish, or Big Finish is done, which I think is going to be done after Jodie takes up our mic and starts anyway, because apparently she's going to be doing something for the centenary now for Big Finish, which is a bit weird. But there you go. Because they normally wait a few years before to bring the doctor that we have now onto Big Finish. But there seems to be quite a rush to get her on. Well, maybe she doesn't have any work. And
you never know. Like, I just find it funny. I know they have work, and I know they probably want to do other things, but they've got David Tennant. You know, I maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I've got this wrong, but my understanding would be the next person they would be trying to get on the Big Finish would be Matt Smith, and then eventually, you know, there's no guarantee he'll do it, but they might ask Peter Capaldi.
Yeah,
and then they'll ask her after that. But I don't know. I just assumed that Big Finish's next big target would be Matt Smith, but we don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens there with that. But yeah, but even though I don't really think there's much substance to that rumor that you threw up, because I just think it's fan speculation that has been packaged as a rumor. And as I said, I don't think you really need to be Sherlock Holmes to kind of figure out who's going to turn up for this 60th anniversary. That's the thing that kind of doesn't convince me. I mean, you could literally, we've literally had people in this chat even actually say Donna could return, and stuff like that. So it's stuff that fans have already been speculating about. And as I said, if you start off a spoiler by saying, "Oh, I know someone who knows someone in Badwolf," then forget about it. Forget about it. It's. I've never done that. Right? Joe covers rumors as well. He's never framed it that way either. That he knows someone that knows someone that knows someone. That's not how it works. You either have sources or you don't. It's as simple as that. And I don't believe that that person that has posted that actually has sources. Right? And I remember one of the rumors that went up a few months ago where someone that posts rumors sent me the rumors to send because they can't send it themselves because they're sick. But here's the rumor. No, if it's not the person that's been putting up the original rumors and you're pretending to speak on their behalf, I don't want to hear it. And this is what I'm seeing a lot of. It's always someone who knows someone who knows someone. It was like 2 years ago. Oh, I know someone in the wardrobe department that says that Jodie Whittaker is going to change her costume and is going to do this and is going to do that and blah, 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 blah. And none of it ever came true. Like, so I'm very skeptical of these rumors. But look, I'll cover them because just in case, because there is, while I say all that, there is some legit people on it. The problem is that you've got to kind of sieve your way through all the rubbish before you get to the real rumors. But I'm being honest with you, I don't think anybody is getting information from Badwolf Studios. Sure, as I said last night in my video, I still have a couple of sources left myself who I was put in touch with, you know what I mean, from me old sources that, knew these people that were, and I'm not getting much because RTD has a tight ship, right? And if you look through his area, there have been a couple of leaks during the RTD era. Yes, there has. And I'm not going to sit here and deny that. There has, right? His first era, there was a couple of leaks. But compared to the leaks that we got during the Moffat and the Chris Chibnall era, you hardly got anything out of the RTD era. That's the thing. It's a tight ship. If you knew for a fact who's throwing out rumors there, trust me, that person won't be working for Badwolf anymore.
Well, that's it, because I've been speaking to people who know things from like different shows on Badwolf, so like His Dark Materials and as Discovery Witches and all. And supposedly Badwolf have this thing where their producers sort of might be telling one department. So say say for example, producer could walk into the art department and just be having a chat about what they're doing and then say, "Oh, or such and such is coming in and this and that's happening." All. And apparently the reason behind this is that they have these different people get into different departments, tell different stories.
Yeah, so to see who's leaking.
Yeah. And then when they find out who that is, well, that person, bye-bye, you're out of a job.
That's what I mean. Yeah. That's what I mean. That's how he does things. And that's how he did things after because he was pissed. I remember something was leaked and he was so annoyed.
It was the master coming back, wasn't it?
I think it was the John Sims and he was so annoyed. Then after that, then nothing ever came out because he with inside he was able to expose who these people were, right? And they were kicked out on their ear. And it'll be the same here. And Badwolf Studio, this isn't BBC, this isn't Rote Lock, right? So there might have been a lot of leaks and sources during the Chibnall era because these people were trying to throw Chibs under a bus. There'll be no stuff like that happening under RTD. And as Marty did say, he will have people go into different departments and give false information everywhere just to see if there's anybody within that department is leaking at him, right? And then he knows who the leak is, and then he can remove them. That's how RTD rolls, right? So I'm telling you now, nobody is getting information about the Badwolf era of Doctor Who, right? And I've put my hands up and say I'm not getting very much, even though I have proven to you that I've had legit sources and we've gotten stuff right here. Showed you last night, showed you the fucking Spyfall screenshot. Right, the video got removed for giving away trade secrets and embargoed information. Right, So, you know, I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this now for 5 years, and I can tell a bullshit artist to a fucking someone that might be talking legitimately, right? And I'm telling you, this is just people putting stuff together that they've seen in the fandom, little snippets of interviews that Catherine Tate has done, that David Tennant has actually done. Even the Mandip Gill fucking interview last night, right? I wouldn't be surprised if a rumour comes out now to say that Mandip is staying for RTD, because she wouldn't answer the question directly when she was asked whether she was leaving. She left that as a bit of a cliffhanger kind of, and I'm kind of thinking to myself, listen, you're gone. Just fucking tell the audience you're gone. Don't be making out that you might return. You ain't ever returning. RTD is not going to bring you in, right? Even RTD can't rescue your character. Sick of all this, man. I'm sick of it, because it delegitimizes people that are actually putting out solid information, and that's what these newer fans have done these last 5 years. They've infiltrated Gallifrey base, 4chan, and fucking Reddit, and all they've been doing for the past 5 years is putting up fake information. And you get then their YouTubers on their side reporting on it, trying to set a narrative. All of this crap about a female doctor as well over the past few months with them, right? You notice that all their videos are concentrating on women who apparently are cast as the new doctor. Yeah, they don't focus on any blokes, right? Because it's all women, because they have to set this narrative, right? And then you have Screen Rant yesterday saying it'd be unfair to announce Jodie Whittaker's successor. Why? Because she's a woman? Who gives a crap? Anyway, I've no interest in this centenary special. It's going to be rank rotten. No need to watch that. Well, I'm still going to watch, because, as I said, like a lot of fans, we want to see that regeneration energy. I want to see her regenerate, and she regenerates into David even better. But I want to see her regenerate. I need that closure, right? I need it, right? So I want to see her regenerate and Yaz cry, and then the Master then use his little gizmo and shrink Yaz as the Doctor's regenerating, and that would be brilliant.
Well, that's what I think is going to happen, is that they're going to announce the 14th Doctor. This is just my theory. And then, they'll announce all Tennant's back for the 60th. And then the whole cliffhanger of me is that people are expecting to say, I don't know, whoever it is, to turn up at the end of the episode. So say 14th Doctor's turned up at the end of the episode. And then the biggest shock of all would be that Jodie Whittaker regenerates and turns into David Tennant instead of the 14th Doctor.
Exactly. And we spoke about Jodie Whittaker and David Tennant, Jodie Whittaker regenerating into David Tennant. I remember covering that rumor on this channel. So again, I don't know, man. Sometimes I do think that some of these people are putting out rumors, and I know there's one particular YouTuber who is actually, because he blocks everybody, and you know who I'm talking about, Marty, because we had that discussion. But they're literally taking my rumors and reporting them as new. You go and look at the channel. It's startling. I should be charging these people. Like, you're literally talking about stuff that I spoke about months ago. So you're all behind the times. So you're either checking out me videos and stealing me fucking information and repackaging it as your own.
Well, that's the thing. You see, this individual blocked me, and I haven't said, like, I haven't said anything to that individual that I know of to annoy them.
I know you haven't.
The only reason I've been blocked, I think, is because I'm associated with yourself.
That's it. That's the only reason why you've been blocked. And I could say that. Listen, I know why you are blocked. You're blocked because you're associated with me. Because these people hate me so much, right? And this is why you're probably getting stick. And I know you won't blame me or anything like that, but I do think it's truly pathetic, and I do feel a little bit bad, even though it's nothing to do with me. I do feel a bit bad that you are being punished because of your association with this channel, right? If they don't like what I have to say, that's fine, fair enough, but don't take it out on people like yourself, and that's happened quite a lot in this fandom, and it's disgusting, and I'm actually sick and tired of it, right? Don't be taking out on Marty, Daniel, or any other YouTuber out there because they happen to be my friend and happen to know me better than yous actually know me. They know what kind of person I am, right? So if they believed, and if they thought that I was any of the shit that you talk about me, Marty wouldn't be here talking to me. Trust me. right? Marty wouldn't be talking to me if he thought I was all those things that I'm being accused of in this fandom. It's absolutely ridiculous. He's trying to reach out to both sides so you can give you our point of view. He wants to hear from Jodie Whittaker fans. He wants to know, and he wants to interview you and ask us why you like the show. Try make our side understand. Yeah, this is what used to happen in fandom. You know, you get one side on that didn't like the show, another side on that did like the show, and have a debate, have a nice and peaceful conversation, and talk about why you dislike the show and why you like the show, and see if you can come to some sort of middle fucking ground. But nobody wants to do that. And you're pathetic, by the way. I'm just going to say this to the account that blocked them. You're absolutely pathetic. You're going around blocking people for no reason. Only the simple fact is they're associated with me. How dare you judge these people based on your opinions on me? Right? That are wrong, by the way. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You all say that you are inclusive and you are all friendly. You aren't. You are all a bunch of liars.
What I will say to that person who blocked me is that I have nothing against you. And, you know, I'll say it, and I'll try and be the better person here and say this. The invitation's open for you if you want to come on. I'm not going to bash you. I just want to chat. I want a civilized chat. That's all I want to do.
That's it.
And I have nothing against you. I hope if I have said anything, you know, I want to be.
You haven't said anything.
And all I want to be is someone who you know, it doesn't matter whether you like the show now or whether you don't like it, you can come on, you can have a chat, and you can say what you want to say.
Look, do you know how bad he is? I'll tell you how bad he is. He even blocked Eddie Ascaro, right? He even blocked Eddie, right? That's how bad he is, right? Because he didn't like the rumours that Eddie was talking about either. And then he had a go at me. Why is BBC giving all embargoed information? It's so unfair. So he's jealous as well. But I'm not, as I said to him, I'm not getting embargoed information off BBC. I have sources, right? But that's the thing. They're just jealous. That's all it is. And by the way, we have tried, and you know this, we've tried to bring the other side onto this channel to talk about the Jodie era, right? And what have they done? They tried to sabotage my channel, right? And not even have a discussion, right? So I do wish you the best luck. I hope you have better joy than I bloody do. But I think you're wasting your time. But look, I'm not going to tell you what to do with your own channel. If you can get these people on, absolutely brilliant. I will tune in just to hear what they have to say. Because I would be interested to hear why they like this era so much and what makes Jodie's Doctor so special and Mandip Gill and all of this.
What I'm planning on doing is like a one-to-one like sort of podcast every week, and it'll not be live, it'll be pre-recorded, it'll be put out, you know, and we might have somebody one week who loves Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, and it's, you know, that's she's their Doctor, and you know, that's fine. And then the next week we might bring on somebody, you know, like
who isn't a fan,
who isn't a fan, who grew up with RTD and maybe has fell out of it. Just different people with different opinions, and it's not gonna be live. It'll be pre-recorded, uploaded, and then maybe eventually.
Well, then there you go, even better then, because then they don't have to deal with a live situation and don't have to look at the comments or whatever. You know, you could put it up, as I said, as a pre-record, and then people can comment on it then after the fact. Yeah, like you're being fair. You're being fair. But look, I wish you the best. I hope you do. Lee even reached out to this person and we were getting somewhere. And then people on his side then made him feel guilty for talking to Lee, because he was actually saying that he was considering coming onto this channel. And as soon as he said that, he got piled on. And then he changed his mind. He blocked me, and then he started blocking Lee. Right, and then he unblocked Lee then, and then he started talking to Lee again, and Lee thought he was getting somewhere again. Then shit hit the fan. These people, right, don't have the courage to come on because they're afraid to be piled on by their own side. That should tell you everything you need to know. If they're not willing to let you come on and speak to me or Lee or anybody else because they have these opinions about us, right? And all we want to do is just have a conversation about a show that we both are supposed to love, right? then it's this fandom. Look at this is why I gave out to someone the other day, you know, tagging me. They changed RTD's wiki, Chris Chibnall's wiki, right? And he said, "Oh, well, I thought it was funny." It's not funny to me, though, right? There's nothing funny about the destruction of this show, and changing these wiki like that, even though it wasn't accepted, and then you post it up for everybody to see that you changed it. That's only trying to find trouble. Right?
Yeah.
This fandom needs to heal. All of this nonsense has to stop. That's why
Well,
I've stopped. I've stopped all of this. I'm not picking on them anymore. Right?
Like
I've had
I
me
want to be
fun.
able to, yeah. No, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just want this time next year, you know, these people, or not these people, they're fans. They're people are fans, and you know, whether you like this year or whether you didn't, there's one episode left this year. It's done. You don't have to even, you know, if you like it, you can go back and watch it. If you don't like it, you don't have to look at it again.
Exactly.
Right?
I just
Well, I
want the
wanted,
fandom to get on now, Marty. Marty, we've had 5 years of this now, right? It's time that everybody in the fandom now take a fucking chill pill, sit back, right? If you're a fan of the Whittaker era, fair enough. You've got one more episode to look forward to, right? For us, we've got one more episode to endure, and then it's over. All the mind games, all the silly little things that are going on in the fandom from both sides need to stop now. This fandom has to heal. It has to heal because we can't continue this for another 5 years, right? It's just not going to be sustainable. The fandom is already on its legs, right? And if you truly care about the fandom and care about the show, well, then it's time to put all of these petty fucking differences aside. I don't care if you don't like the fact that I don't like the show, right? I don't. And I don't care if you want to debate me over it, right? But all of this other nonsense, attacking me friends, saying vile things about me, has to stop. But it goes for Airside as well, because I see that there are some on Airside of the argument that are trying to poke these kids with a stick. Leave it fucking out. Leave it. It's done. It's done. We don't need to keep doing this anymore.
well, that's the
It's
thing. You see,
done.
and the first thing I'm going to point out, and not to pick on anybody serious, but I just see the most recent comment in the chat there at the bottom. And it doesn't matter who RTD casts. You know, at the end of the day, it's fucking RTD, right? That RTD's coming back. You know, and people are saying, "Oh, if the next Doctor's woman, right? I'm out of here. I'm gone." That's your opinion, right? If you want to go, that's fine. But what I can tell you now, and what I can guarantee, is that Chris Chibnall's female Doctor and RTD's, you know, female Doctor, if that happens, it'll be night and day, the difference. Night and
It
bloody
would
day.
be, but I will add this though, right? I won't say I'll be necessarily done if he casts another woman. I did actually say that last week because I was angry, right? I won't be necessarily done, but I will say this. I think it will be a big miscalculation by RTD because I don't think, and you could tell by the media the way they're writing their articles as well. I don't think they get it either. I don't think they understand how badly this show is perceived around the world. It's gone from 13 million viewers to less than 3, right? 2.2, 2.3 million. Over 10 million people have walked away. Now, that's not just fans. That's casual viewers as well, right? This is what this casting has done. I actually think for this show to survive, yes, I do agree with you. If it was a female Doctor written with RTD writing the female Doctor, we already know he would write her better than Chibs did, right? But I don't think that's the point anymore. I actually think that the British public, forget about Doctor Who fans, I think the British public have made it clear that a female Doctor doesn't work. And I think it would be a big miscalculation by RTD. And if he's not reading the room, he has to be looking at this and reading the room. And if you're reading the room, right? And you're looking at the evidence. Doctor Who magazine struggling too. Remember, 70-80% off over these. Remember, to keep throwing down them posts up, Marty, right? Merchandise sales have dropped, right? The ratings have dropped. I mean, he has to read the room, mate. And if he and if he still thinks that a female doctor can work after all of that, I'm sorry. I think he has miscalculated the feeling of the British public, the American public, and Doctor Who fans.
Well, you're right, because you're right in what you're saying, and your point's valid. And you know, when you think about it, you after listening to you there and thinking about it myself, the Doctor he casts, it's not just a character he's casting for a couple of years. This is at the back of it all a business decision.
Yeah.
When you think about it, this is the face that you will have on your merchandise, on your magazines
for the next few years, whether it's 2 or 3 years, exactly. So,
and the way I look at it, and obviously I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of who I think is going to be. If you listen to you know the money that they're putting into this from Sony, and you know we hear reports now of them getting the same tech that the Mandalorian had.
Yeah, which we spoke about on this channel as well.
What I think is, people are saying, "Oh, you could turn around and cast an unknown or cast." You know, the media seem to be going for Lydia West, and I keep saying about Lydia West. Yeah, if you want Lydia West, Doctor Who, fine, but she's a great, not the Doctor. She's a great companion. Bring her.
She'd make a great companion.
Yeah, but my feeling is that whoever it is that gets the role, whoever it is gets the top job. If you're putting money, an estimated rumored budget between 60 to 75 million into this now. You're now you could cast it unknown and they could do it well, but from my point of view, and from somebody who is, I don't want to bomb and blow about this, but from somebody who's studying media, I reckon you're going to want to put somebody who the public knows into that role. Now, I'm not saying David Tennant.
I know, I agree with you. See, before you could cast an unknown, right, and get away with it. But I don't think you can get away with it this time. You have to bring a name in. And I know some Doctor Who fans wouldn't like the idea of that to a certain extent. But this is the situation that we're in right now. And I think RTD, I see him as a very intelligent man. I think he can read the situation, read a room, right? This is why I'd be very surprised if he went with a female doctor, because it would go against everything that I believe that RTD is and believes the Doctor to be anyway. I mean, he's done recent interviews as recent as 2017, I think, the BBC Writers' Room video. And Jodie is the Doctor. But when he's been asked about the Doctor, he says, obviously, you're known for Doctor Who as well. And he's referring to the Doctor as a bloke all the way through the interview. So I just, look, Lydia West and all these other females that they're mentioning would all make great companions. Yeah? But not Doctor Who material.
And, as I made the wee concept art and all and said to you, my opinion, if RTD rang me now and said, right, we need somebody recognizable to the British public, someone who's going to bring in an audience, someone who's well known, who has proved themselves, who has won awards, and is greatly highly regarded by the British public. Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield. And I know that might be everybody's cup of tea, but you need somebody on. I'm not saying you need him, but you need somebody. Russell Tovey as well.
Yeah, his name is being mentioned quite a lot lately.
You need somebody who the public can, if the public, even, someone that when you reveal this Doctor, that the people are going to be like, Christ, I know him, Christ, I know him from this. And it needs to be somebody that the younger generation and the older generation will be like, I know who that is. I know that person. That's my opinion. It needs to be somebody from the very start where people are like, I know who this person is. Not somebody where you're like, what? Who?
Yeah, that's it. What? Just re-establish the show. Get it back on solid foundations again. Let the name Doctor come in for a couple of years. And then when the show is settled and the ratings have started to come up, then you bring in your
Yeah.
unknown if you want to bring in your unknown.
Bring in your unknown then after that. Like, even as Charlotte was saying there in the chat, Tom Ellis, he's well known for
He
Lucifer.
is.
He's known for Lucifer. He's worked with RTD. So, you know, that's just my opinion on it. You just need somebody who's well known, somebody who the British public will recognise. That's my take on it.
Yeah, but Raymond's saying a lot of actors are known. Russell Tovey is known, but he wouldn't get me excited if he was cast. He's not a big name. Well, he is in the UK though, and this is the thing. You know, Russell can't be worrying about who the Americans would like to come in, or people from fans from other countries. Remember, it's still a British show. So you're going to bring in a British actor, and not all British actors are going to be known across the water, right? Not all British actors are going to be known across the water. So I mean, you're taking a gamble either way. Yes, he'll be known in Britain, and remember, it's the ratings in Britain that really count. And I've been saying this over the last 5 years. Like, people, you know, the American ratings don't mean fact. Sure, they're gone. They're dead in America. It's dead in America now at the moment. Right, but it's dead here. But you get the British ratings up. Remember, Americans love British shows, right? That's why they import all of these shows over there, because they like a bit and the Irish shows as well, because they like a bit of Britain Irish shows.
That's the thing. And if you brought in somebody, I keep using his name just as an example. I would love him to be him, but it won't be. They won't be able to afford him. Somebody like Andrew Garfield is recognizable in America. You know, like he was Spider-Man, yes, of course, but you know, you read into Spider-Man and he didn't have the best of time when he was doing that. There's a lot of stuff going on, but the connections there with Sony. He's worked with RTD before. Yes, he's out of their price range probably, but you know, a man could dream. A man could dream. And that way, I made that Doctor Who magazine concept for you, and.
Yeah, do you know what's happening? Someone on Twitter, right? Because I retweeted it, right? And then someone literally on Twitter tagged me in it. And Gary, and I'm like, I'm the one that's at the retweet, and you're tagging me in it. I was like, what the fuck? I thought that was funny. But yeah, that went down well with some people, and then some people were saying no. I actually had an interesting conversation with someone last night. And believe it or not, there was no arguments around. This person believed that, you know, Andrew Garfield was too young, but a great actor, but too young to play the Doctor. And I says, well, I said the same about Ollie Alexander, and he didn't know who Ollie Alexander was. So I had to send them.
Do you know what age Andrew Garfield is? He looks very young, but you wouldn't believe what age he is. He's 38.
Yeah, but you see, this is the thing, though. We have actually said this, though. I mean, what's Ollie? Ollie is 30-something as well. But they're just too fresh-faced, I think.
They haven't got that rough and ready look about them, if you know what I mean. That rough, that sort of, you know, big, has seen a lot of the world sort of face, if you know what I mean. But, yeah, no, he would be my pick now, but... Yeah, they wouldn't be able to afford him. But it just has to be somebody, in my opinion, on that level. If it's not him, somebody who's recognisable to the public, and then go and get your unknown then for the 15th Doctor, if you want.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's mad. Okay. I should have been watching, but we're here streaming, but because I wanted to stream. But Jack says, yeah, Jack, this wasn't this stream. This was because Marty had some information, and we got a screenshot to a letter that was sent out to residents. So just in case, just to recap real quickly. So someone on Twitter threw up a screenshot of a letter they received from Badwolf Studios. There's going to be filming in their street from the 3rd of June to the 8th of June. And it also indicates that it's something to do with army and stuff like that. So we're suggesting that it might be obviously you in it. And we're saying it might tie in, because the simple fact is there's supposed to be an announcement on the 14th of May, and the dates would actually add up. And then we did get some rumors from Reddit that Marty has read out that I kind of don't believe, but that's just me. But apparently, Catherine Tate is going to be returning her mother and her husband, which, you know, as I said, you don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to kind of figure this out. But apparently, that's the rumor. Anyway, and another classic companion apparently is going to show up for this 60th anniversary as well. And there's been speculation on that. I think it might be Joe Grant. Marty thinks it might actually be Susan Foreman. And she is getting on a bit. So this will probably be the last chance to actually get her on the show. So, yeah. So that's the gist of it, really. But look, the 14th of May can't come quick enough. And I tell you something, man, if we don't get on the 14th of May, I'm sick of this. We need this announcement now. And to Screen Rant and all the simps that work for Screen Rant, I'm sorry that you think it's unfair on Jodie Whittaker that they announced the new Doctor, but this has literally happened since New Who, and actually Classic Who. They've always announced the new Doctor when the old Doctor is leaving the show, but apparently because Jodie is a woman now, somehow it's disrespectful. Listen, what was disrespectful was that we had to watch this show called Doctor Who for the last 5 years. Yeah, it was an insult to Doctor Who fans, an insult to the British public and the wider audience. So much so, as I said, 10 million people have walked away. So, yeah, life isn't unfair. Life is unfair sometimes. And you know what? I don't care if our feelings are hurt or your feelings are hurt on her behalf. At the end of the day, fans want to hear this announcement because this is the last thing they're holding on hope for. Right? This is what I mean. I don't think these journalists understand how bad it is. This announcement needs to happen. And it needs to happen for one simple reason. So fans can either get excited or they'll make up their mind whether they're staying or leaving. But this announcement is everything. This is going to be the biggest announcement of all announcements since the show became the show. I'm telling you, this one is the most vital casting of all time. They get this wrong, it's game over. And this is why we want this to happen. We're sick of waiting now. They should never have announced RTD was returning unless they were going to announce the Doctor soon after. But we've had to wait ages now. And fans are running out of patience. Even the public are running out of patience now. We want to know who Dr. 14 is. All right?
It's going to be interesting because if you reveal that at halftime in the FA Cup final when millions of British people are watching that on the TV, now, you do that casting right, watch the fireworks, and I mean that in a good way.
There'll be, look, if they get the casting right, okay, if they get the casting right, listen, I won't even watch the second half of the FA Cup final. I'll be fucking straight on here. And a lot of other YouTube will be fucking full of Doctor Who channels, all live. I'll go live myself about this. This is how big this is. This is how big this is going to be if he gets it right. It's going to be fucking huge. And it needs to happen ASAP. The 14th of May is still too fucking long. Just announce it already.
Hey,
we're sick of waiting.
All good things come to those who wait.
That's what they say. But listen, we're waiting 5 years for this. Right? We're not just waiting a couple of months, mate. We're waiting 5 years for this. Yeah? So we've waited and suffered long enough. Don't care about the other fans. We've waited 5 years. We've wanted her gone from day one.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for this for 5 years now. So just fucking announce it. Get it done and over with. Jesus, man, no, I'm buzzing because that letter go now proves to me that there is that if the dates add up, that looks legit and it looks like we're getting some movement on the RTD2 era, and that is fantastic. And I'm actually pumped and excited. I was even saying it to Lee. I'm like a little kid in a candy shop.
I was the same. Once I read it before I sent it to you, I was like, ooh.
I got the goosebumps because I know it's coming around the corner. But just come on, do it now. Jesus Christ, get it done and over with.
I actually what I was saying to you before about me going to Cardiff maybe to watch filming. At least now I know dates.
That's it, man.
I know
That's
dates
it.
now.
That's it. Actually, if there is anybody that's living in Cardiff, get in touch with me, folks. Because I know a lot of you fans like to go and see the filming. So if there's anybody out there that is going to be going to see the filming, that's a fan of this channel, fan of what we do, let me know, because I would like to be able to get some information out you, bring you on, talk about what you have seen, what you have heard. Jordan filming. Obviously, you won't be able to give too much away, but you could tell us what's going on and stuff like that, but without giving too much detail. So if there's anybody out there that's going to be there for filming that likes this channel, get in touch with me, or even get in touch with Marty. You know,
well,
Marty
I actually
era too.
I can actually tell you something. Well, I can give you a bit of an exclusive. Not about Doctor Who, but about me personally. So this year coming is my final year here at Ireland at university, and I've applied to do my masters in South Wales in Cardiff.
Of course you have. Of course you have. Of course you have. I know exactly why you did that.
If I well, do you know why? Because there's a 4-week placement with Badwolf.
Nice. Ooh,
so
we could have an inside man. I'm only messing. He'd be releasing all of this on his own.
I would rather be beheaded than lose that placement.
Nah, he's not going to do that. We're only joking.
If I'm in Cardiff, like, I would love to be. I would be out every night watching filming if there was stuff.
So I'll tell you, if I was living in Cardiff, I'd be with you, mate. With our cups of tea and our Snickers bars or whatever we're going to eat for a bit of energy, and just sit there and watch the film. And I wouldn't even come on here and tell anybody what I saw.
Yeah.
I'd be that bad. I'd come on. Yeah, I was at filming last night, but I'm not telling you what I saw.
even if it was just the Doctor running under the TARDIS or something like that, just to see that happen.
Yeah, I know, man. And to see it all with its lights up and in at night time. Oh, stop! You're getting me mouth watering. Anyway, look, gonna leave it there because it's 10 o'clock, and I'm gonna bring Ted out because we want to do Evil of the Daleks.
Yeah.
So I'm doing Evil of the Daleks tonight. And I'm going to be talking about it while I'm watching. So if you have a copy of Evil of the Daleks, you can come and join me in the chat. There's no panel, it's just myself, Evil of the Daleks, talking about stuff. Yeah. I just wanted to do, because I have it there, I just wanted to do a one-off watch along where I was watching this and stuff. Because
I've also just got a bit of news in the last few minutes. I'm obviously trying to get guests on for my channel, and I've had someone well known within the Doctor Who community just reach out to me looking to go on.
Nice.
I'll tell you in the private chat who it is.
Right, you tell me in the private chat who it is. Will I be surprised?
You might know who this guy is.
Oh, okay.
You might know who this guy is. He has 35,000 followers.
Wow. Okay. So, Let's see.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's a fellow Irishman. I'll give you a few clues. He's a fellow Irishman and he's a toy reviewer. So that's all I'm saying. He's a fellow Irishman and he's a toy reviewer for Doctor Who. So that's all I'm saying. But he just reached out to me there now and is looking to come on. And obviously, before I go, I'll just say, if any of the rest of you want to come on, give me a shout.
Fantastic. I'm available anyway if you want me, but I wait until you get on a few Whittaker fans first and set it up that way before you bring someone on that obviously doesn't like this era first. I think that would be probably the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Some people are saying they don't have Evil of the Daleks. Well, believe it or not, I found a YouTube channel and they're going to get themselves into trouble. I'll say it here. but they've put up parts 1, 2, and 5 in colour, the full episodes on their YouTube channel. So if you type in Evil of the Daleks on YouTube, scroll down a little bit, you will see that there's a YouTuber that has actually put episodes 1, 2, and 5, I think. So they haven't put the other episodes up for some weird reason, but they're going to get themselves into trouble. But they're still there. They were put up 4 weeks ago. So while they're there, you might as well watch the first couple of parts. The fifth one is there.
I just found them myself. I just literally just typed in Evil Daleks and the first thing came up.
There you go.
Yeah.
So they're there. So they're not supposed to be there, but it is in colour, unfortunately. I'm going to be watching the black and white version. Fuck that colour crap. And I think you can get one of the I forget which one is the episode. Is it the third episode that they have fully, or is that the second episode? I'm not sure. But look, there'll be a way around it. If some of you are clever, you will be able to find it. But as I said, episodes 1, 2, and 5 is actually up on YouTube. And I felt like writing to them and saying, well, you shouldn't do this, but where's the other part, you prick? I was actually going to text them and say, where's the other part, you prick? You can't leave people hanging like that. But they're there. So if you just want to watch the first couple of episodes, and then maybe the 5th one, then when I get to the 5th one, you could do that. But Dave says he's got the Blu-ray and stuff like that. So that's grand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break for about a half an hour because I'm going to have to try get something to eat into me as well before we start. I'll throw up that stream as soon as we're finished here. Actually, I should have really bleed and set it up. But actually, you know what I'll do? I'll set it up while I'm talking to, well, Marty. Marty can have the last word. So while I'm setting up, Marty can just talk and give your channel shout out and let people know what else you're going to be doing and stuff like that. And if there's anything else you want to add about the rumors that you found, go ahead.
Well, as I say, like the channel is designed to bring on people from both sides. I'm not going to judge you no matter what your opinion is. I'm not going to attack you. I want to have a conversation. And as I say, like the plan is to do pre-records, probably recorded over Zoom. It'll be you can keep your camera off. I'll have my camera off because I look like Boris Johnson in the morning. So
no, don't insult yourself by calling yourself Boris Johnson. Nobody looks like as bad as Boris Johnson.
But no, come on, have a chat. As I say, we'll do a pre-record so you won't have to deal with people, coming at you. This, you can say what you want.
Actually, can I just add something to that? It shouldn't happen anyway. And I'm talking to the people on their side as well. If Marty does these, that shouldn't even happen anyway. Like as we say to them that we don't like this show, but we're entitled to our opinion and we should be left alone and not attacked for it. Well, the same goes to those fans too. They like this show. So they shouldn't be attacked or abused for it either, right? Now, we've always defended ourselves when they've came after us. That's the difference. But nobody should be willingly going to someone and saying, well, I hate you because you like this era or attack them for it. So I want to make that clear, actually. Nobody from this side of the argument should be having a go at anybody for liking this era. Unless, obviously, they've attacked you, then you can defend yourself. That's the way it's always worked. But I have to say that because that's bang out of order. That shouldn't be happening. And Marty shouldn't have to do a pre-record, if you know what I'm saying. He should be able to go live and these people be able to come on. And the same with us. We should be able to come on live and say what we want as well. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So that nonsense has to stop when RTD comes along as well, man. That has to stop now. Yeah. All of this pettiness, as I said, and trying to rile the other side up by putting posts up and putting them up everywhere to get a reaction. That nonsense needs to stop now. It needs to stop, right? This fandom has to heal, right? And it's not going to heal if we keep having these same petty arguments that we've had over the last 5 years. I'm done. You see, I don't do it anymore. I'll still call them out if they say something fucking like the James Corden stuff. Like, I ripped the piss out of everybody, not just them. But, I mean, the fact that people were believing that he was the 14th Doctor, that was a funny fucking thing to actually cover. Like, that's when you rip the piss. You know what I mean? But you should never, like, attack anybody for liking or disliking something. And that's what's happened in this fandom. Now, I'm going to shut up now. But I wanted to add that because I think that is fucking important. It needs to stop. Go ahead, Marty. Sorry.
But no, you're all right. That's to say, it doesn't matter who you are, whether you have me blocked or whether you don't. The invitation's open. I'm not judging you. I don't want you to judge me. I want to be a civil. I want to try to be. People know my opinions. It's well documented, my opinions on this era. But when it comes to other people's opinions, I want to play it on a level ground and, you know, have a platform for whether you like it or whether you don't. And, you know, that's the plan. So, yeah, at the minute it'll work out maybe a podcast a week or every second week. We'll see how it goes. Depends on whether I'm free or not. And then maybe when we get going, when we get up and going, and when bombshell news starts dropping, maybe we'll have our panels then. And, you know, maybe we'll have watching alongs, or maybe we'll have speculation videos, or just stuff like that. And as I say, like, doesn't matter who you are. I want to chat to you. I'm not a fan of this era, but I want to speak to people who love it. Like, there's people who have passion for this era the same way I have passion for David Tennant and RTD.
Yeah, exactly.
So I want to understand your point of view.
Yeah,
so,
your passion. Why you are fans of this? Because that's what I've always wanted to know. I've always wanted to hear a Jodie Whittaker fan or a fan of this era come on and explain in detail, you know, just like we have why we dislike it. But I would love to hear, not just, she's a great doctor because she's a great doctor. Like, tell us why she's a great doctor. What about our character believe that she's one of the best doctors out there? What is it about Chris Chibnall's writing that is amazing to you guys that we can see? And that's what used to happen in fandom. That's what used to happen in fandom, you know. And then, you know, we mightn't always agree, but we'd come to okay, well, I don't agree with you, but, like, you know, fair play, that's your opinion. But that's what used to happen.
Yeah. And you know, it's going to be the opposite too. Come on, tell me why you don't like the era. Tell me what you would change if you had Series 11, and, you know, one of the things I would want to be pumping to people who don't like it is, right, if you had to work with the same scripts and the same cast and whatnot, what would you change to make different? What would you do?
Exactly.
I'm not saying you couldn't do anything different. I'm just saying I want to hear people's take on, you know, how would you change it? You know, it's just all shoulda, coulda, woulda, fun speculation, just interesting stuff to hear, different ideas.
That's it. And I will say as well, though, you know, Marty got a little bit discouraged last night because, you know, there are some people out there that obviously, you know, all I'll just say is it's just pettiness. You know, if he wants to set up a channel and do his thing, you know, nobody should make him feel like he can't do it. Like, because it was causing so much drama. Like this, even him talking about this, bringing both sets of fans on to have a discussion, caused some drama with him. And I just don't see why there's drama. He's trying to be, you know, we've tried it on this channel. I've just given up asking him to come on. I mean, I've invited Mr. Tardis on. I've invited even some of the people that hate me the most to come on, and they've tried to sabotage my channel or get all of this stuff, you know. Yeah. So I've given up, but I'm not going to knock Marty for trying. And I think he's right to try, because it would be nice to hear from the other side in a nice, composed way for a change, instead of ranting and raving, calling people sexist and all of this. Tell me why you like this era of Dr. Who.
Well, I know I've said things about several people in the community thing back in the early days when I was on here, and I ranted my mouth and I went on and said stuff I shouldn't have said, and like there is a part of me now that does regret that, because I'm sort of trying to say is I'm extending the olive branch out now.
Well, you did though, didn't you? Because then you actually went to that person, you've told this story, and you actually apologized, like, because that's how bad you felt. And listen, you know, fair play to you. Fair play to you. You know,
even Joe, It's well known how I fell out with Joe and nearly caused a
Yeah,
whole
same here.
riot on
Same
Twitter.
here. Jesus Christ, man. That incident, that time with Joe though, and he'll even admit it, was probably the most stressful period that the both of us had. Because these other fans were playing up on it and trying to pit us up against each other, and we fell for it because we were idiots. You know, he'll even admit it. We were idiots. We fell for it. They tried to get us all when they couldn't defeat us by calling us sexist, bigots, and all of that. Then they tried to take us down that way. That was their way of trying to do it. Then, well, let's get them fighting with each other. Then, you know.
Dave Talbot asks, "Is it vote sacks at 07?" And to that, I say, no comment. No comment. But as I say, I'd love to bring on people who are, just whether you're a small YouTuber, whether you're somebody who's been in the game for a while, you're more than welcome. Your views. I will not be attacking you for whatever way you think. I just want you to explain to me. I just want to get an insight. I want to get an insight and understand about all this and just suck it all in and try to make sense of it. I'm not saying your
That's
opinion.
it. And I will add this: if people say, "Well, we don't have to explain why we like the show," and that, but it would be nice to hear. It still would be nice to hear, though. Because the thing that has baffled me as a fan of this show is I see everything that's wrong with it, and I see the direction is wrong, and obviously you don't see it that way. So yes, I would like to know from their point of view why they believe that I'm wrong in everything that I said, and I don't mind listening to their side to hear what they actually have to say. But that's the thing. They won't. I do wish you the best of luck. I just given up asking them because they, as I said, I've asked even some high profile people to come on, and it just hasn't happened. They don't want to discuss anything with me, because I'm that toxic and vile apparently. So, like, I've came to accept that they'll never listen to me or never want to come on and talk to me about it. But if they listen to you and talk to you about it, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. I'll tune in. By the way, I have put the link to the next stream in the chat, and no comment means maybe in most. Jesus Christ. Anyway, it doesn't matter who he has on. Go and check out his channel and you'll find out who it is. Will you all stop speculating? This is why we get into trouble. Right? So, Cunis.
You love the speculation too at the same time.
Yeah, well, yeah. Welcome to the Tarda Zone. We've got a new video here. Marty is bringing on a special guest, or I'm speculating who it is. Blah, blah, blah.
Here's a Reddit post. Somebody related to Marty's uncle's sister. Marty's uncle is telling me that flipping, I don't know, Nerdrotic is making a cameo appearance on Marty's channel. Could you imagine?
Well, I'm pretty sure you'll end up getting a lot of people on. Hopefully you get some of the other side on, because I would really like to hear from their side. They think that I don't want to hear what they have to say. Of course I do. I'm actually intrigued. I've always been intrigued why they love this era. And it'd be nice if someone actually came on that was calm and collective and gave their points of view and was very articulate about and just told us why. This blue wolf letter that was posted up on Twitter is fake as fuck. It's not blue wolf, it's Badwolf. It doesn't say blue wolf. It says Badwolf. And it's not fake. It's been verified.
Verified by people. I think
being verified by several people. Actually, it's not fake.
The person that actually originally posted it said their neighbors have got the same letter. Like, so, yeah, their neighbors have got the same letters. So, that's the thing, Lee, as you say, it would be good to have people who disagree actually having a discussion, and that's what I say. When if I do decide to bring people on the panels that have different opinions of the era, there'll be ground rules before you go on, and that applies to both sides. I'm not picking anybody at all.
Listen, I verified the letter as well, because if you look at the very top of the letter, it has the address of Badwolf Studios, right? Type it in. It's legit. It's legit, right? And even the way it's written, it's a legit letter. That's the way those letters, it's a legit letter. There's nothing fake about this. And this person, by the way, is not actually claiming that it's for Doctor Who filming either, which is another point to them, in my opinion, because they're not coming out and actually saying it's for Doctor Who. They're just saying that they've been sent a letter to say that their street needs to close down and cars need to be removed because Badwolf is going to be there filming, but they haven't said what they're filming, right? So, and they covered the street address as well, but as I said, it's being verified because some people have found out what the street address were able to verify with other people. So it's verified. So it's a legit letter. I've even tagged Badwolf to myself to say, is this for Doctor Who? Right? Just to see, and I haven't gotten a response, which I never will, but I'm just saying. I chanced me arm, right? But it is legit. It is legit. This is one of the first things that I can actually 100% say is fucking legit. There's nothing fake about this. This is not someone trying to get any clout, because if you look at their account, they're pretty kind of quiet. They don't, and it's been around for a while. This is where red flags come up for me. You check the account and the account is relatively new. That's when you start thinking, oh, there might be something here. But anyway, we got a 10 Australian dollar super chat. And we're going to end on this after Marty does his channel shout out. Looking forward to May 14th. Whatever that means, says Patrick Newson. Well, hopefully it's the announcement of the 14th. Well, I'm only at the suss of that. May 14th, Dr. 14.
There you go. Good marketing opportunity, isn't it? Sure. No.
Exactly. And remember, it's a business, as we were talking about. So that would be a clever little thing right there, I have to say. That would be. Right, I've got that stream set up, so I'm not going to speak anymore because I have to bring Ted down. So I'll get Marty to do the channel shout on whatever social media links. There is the link again to the Evil of the Daleks stream that I am doing. Come and join me. As I said, there are a couple of parts on YouTube that shouldn't be on YouTube. So if you want to watch it before it gets reported, you can come and watch it with me. It's in color, unfortunately. I'm watching it in black and white because it's better. Anyway, Marty, without further ado, go ahead, mate.
Well, you can find me on Twitter. That's normally where I be these days. On the old twat, as Lee would call it. And yeah, I've put out my email address over there for the channel. So if you want to come on, shoot me an email. And it's just I might get back to you straight away, but it's just to gauge the amount of people that are interested. Yeah. I still have emails from before that I never get back to because I delayed the launch of the channel. But if you go to the Twitter account, I will drop the Twitter account in the chat now. I'll just drop the @ so MCTV_online, and that's me in the chat as well, so you can subscribe to my channel there. And yeah, but if you keep an eye on the Twitter, you'll hear more about who's coming, what the plans are, and who the special guest is that I've been teasing about.
That's it. That's it.
But other than that, that's where we leave it. That's all I have anyway to say.
Fantastic. And I just want to give a shout out to Unknown289 who actually sent me Evil of the Daleks. I really appreciate it. That's how I'm able to do this watch along. Because I've been trying to get me hands on it, and obviously they got a copy and I was able to get it. So thank you, Unknown. I really appreciate that. Not really fair on the I was too good for Twitter.
Oh, I forgot about Lee. I forgot about that.
Marty, need your link to your well, the moderators, the other moderators know where Marty's channel is, so they should be putting the links in there. There, Chris has already put it in.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. The links do be put in. Me moderators do be on it. So there you go. He's also wrote in there, hello, it's me. But there's the link right there. But look, I'm going to have to leave it there because I've literally got I'm timing all of this. So I've literally got a couple of minutes.
No
I've
problem.
got 20 minutes. So I have to go now because I have to bring him down straight away. And then I have to put on something to eat.
Good.
And hopefully I can eat it before I come on. Or if not, I'll be eating while I'm watching, which I don't like really doing. But there you go.
But thanks a million for having me on. I know.
No problem. And as I said, I still get you and Jack on. We'll do it. We'll do it sometime next week because I'm pretty sure there's going to be more stuff. Coming out very soon. And keep an eye on all of those social media accounts as well. I'll have to keep an eye myself. I'm actually following an Instagram account on Instagram that actually any rumors about Doctor Who comes up, they post them on Instagram as well. So check them out as well. Remember, I'm on Instagram. We're on Discord. We've got a Facebook group, the classic Doctor Who group. And we've also got the TARDIS official. That's the new Who group. I will be slightly changing the name of that group soon as well. And yeah, as I said, I had to remove a few trolls as well. And I'm just going to say, listen, these are my Facebook groups. We don't engage in any trolling or any bad behavior, and anybody behaves badly, and it doesn't matter like whether I know them or not. If you behave badly in the group, you get removed, especially the classic group. The classic group is for classic Doctor Who. So if anybody posts that and that isn't related to classic Who, you will get a warning. Do it again, you'll be removed. It's a 2-strike thing deal, and that's it. That's me baby. And I'm going to be actually focusing a little bit more attention on Facebook as well. It's just we've been very busy on this channel, and I've had to, concentrate mostly on YouTube. But I will be taking a more active role on Facebook, and then obviously then we'll have the Patreon. Then I'll link them all together so then everybody knows. So if you haven't joined the Classic Who group, please do. And if you haven't joined the TARDIS official Facebook group as well, I will be changing that name because it's a bit fucking stupid. But I'm changing the name of that group to the TARDIS New Who group, or something like that. I haven't thought of a name yet. Thinking of setting up an Instagram account. Well, I'm on Instagram, and I have to say it's one of the most peaceful apps that I've ever been on. Seriously, it's very peaceful.
I like it.
Bit of bother on it so far, and there's even people on it that are on Twitter that have given me shit are on this but haven't come anywhere near me. So like it's very peaceful. It's very peaceful. I have to say, I'm trying photographs and videos and all. I'm not trying to cause any trouble on that app. I'm just throwing up Doctor Who content. So if you want some Doctor Who pictures and content and videos, even the videos that Lee created for these for me streams, I've thrown all of them up as well for everybody to see. I've even linked his YouTube channel in them as well. So check that out. Right, I'm gonna go. I have to go. So thank you, Marty, for coming on. Thank you in the chat for joining. As I said, there's the link one final time. Get your asses over there, away from me, if you are joining me for Evil. If not, I'll see the rest of you at some stage during the week. We've got repairmen coming in now tomorrow to repair some of the stuff in the apartment. So I don't know if I'll be able to stream tomorrow. I'll have to see and wait what time they're finished at. They could be here for an hour. They could be here all day. We don't know. So when they're gone and we settle down, then hopefully I can get a stream in. If not, I'll see you the day after that. But join me tonight for that Evil. Right, I'm going. I'll see you later. Say good night, Marty.
Night, Marty.
Night, Marty. And good night, everybody in the chat. I'll talk to you very soon. Have a good one. 10 more days, folks. 10 more days. If it's happening, 10 more days. Woohoo!
Stand by.
Yeah, Chuck, I'll try PM you as soon as I can, mate. As I said, I'm up to me eyeballs right now, so just give me an hour or whatever, whenever I can. I'm just right now. I'm up to me eyeballs in stuff. So just bear with me. I will get in contact with you, but just bear with me. All right, I'll leave it there. Good night, folks. Have a good one.